What's up, guys? Bounce to King here, coming back with another video for you guys. I know it's been a long time. I know it's been about 5 or 6 months since my last video. And as you can tell in the background, I am in a hotel room. I've been in a hotel room for about a week now. Not going to say where the hotel is, but I've been in a hotel room for about a week now. And you're probably wondering, where have you been? Why haven't you done any videos like you were going to do? Unfortunately, I had a lot going on. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Also, just due to the fact that I really never had motivation to record videos at the time, because it wasn't really the fact that I couldn't. It was just more or less of not having motivation to do so. And as you can tell, I have my work uniform behind me, and you're probably wondering, you have a job now. Where are you working at? I'm working at McDonald's. And I know that's probably going to be a shock to some of you, because I know McDonald's is probably not one of the highest paying jobs there is, but at least it's some money for you somewhat to make a living. And I am a crew team member. I make $11 an hour, and it hasn't been going awful at all so far, at the very least. To say what I can say about that, it has not been going awfully bad, or all around, just not as bad as I thought it would be, right? So, I kind of been busy with work, so that's also another reason. And just sort of, not having the mindset of doing YouTube videos as much as I used to. Because, if you guys remember, I used to have a main channel where I would upload a heck ton of videos almost every single day. It's just, now that I'm getting used to life, and I'm 19 years old, as you can probably tell, maybe most of you didn't know that, but I'm 19 years old, and I'm sort of getting out into the real world of sort of just having a job and taking care of myself and doing a lot of these things. So really, it's just the thing of not really having the mindset of being on YouTube as much as I used to be anymore. And it's kind of just the fact that I have a job now and helping my mom out with a whole bunch of things. And we've been out of my sister's place for about a month now. We had to go stay with her for a little bit because of the circumstances me and my mom were in. I'm not going to go into what happened or the circumstances that led up to it at all. I'm not going to share any of that on here because it's private, and I don't want my mom getting mad at me just for sharing information that she does not want me to share. So I will not be talking about it. All I will say is that we were in a situation a few months ago, and we kind of had a little problem. Not with me and her, okay? Me and her were fine for the most part. Nothing to do with me and her at all. It was just sort of the circumstances. And so that's why I'm in a hotel room, as you can see. My clothes are in the corner. You can't really see it because I'm on a computer recording this right now. But, yeah. So we're in that situation, but the least that I can say is that we're going to be staying here probably towards the end of June, or maybe a little bit more depending on the reservations of what's going on, and maybe if there's more reservations opened up, which hopefully there will be, so we can stay here. And that's my hope, because I love this hotel. It even has a stove that you can cook stuff on, and it's not really like an oven or anything, but even still, it's at least something that you can work with, and like a refrigerator, right? When I was staying in a motel, they didn't have any of that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. They did not have any of that at all. So I was just not really satisfied with the stay where I was, So that's why I'm in a much better place now. And really, really thankful that even if it's not an apartment where I want it to be, at least I'm very, very thankful that I have somewhere to stay for a few nights or something like that, at least, and having a roof over my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very grateful. And so, and just anything little is a blessing, or anything extremely big is a blessing, right? So you just got to take with what's coming to you, right? But anyway, yeah. So back to what I was saying about, what's been going on. So I'm working, currently have a job. As I'm recording this video, it's currently 12:25 as I'm recording this right now, June 10th, so I'm obviously recording this very late. I could have done this like any other time, but then again, I had to work, so I couldn't be able to. I had the time to do it when I got home because I got off extremely early today. Not extremely early because I only worked like 3 hours, but that's really, occasions and stuff like that. There's going to be times when you work, obviously, and then come home, and then that's just kind of the way life rolls. So you'll work for a short period of time and then go home, but not every day is going to be like that. Sometimes they'll very much keep you or whatever they want to do. So you just got to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that. I've been home, obviously, for a few hours now. Haven't really done a really lot, just really haven't, just been chilling, relaxing, and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, which has been pretty nice, so I'm very, very grateful to say that at the very least. And it's been going great so far. Now, there has been a few rough days at work, but that's just kind of the way that it is nowadays. So you kind of just have to go with whatever, right, nowadays. So that's what I'm trying to do here, trying to take one day at a time, because I know sometimes it can get rough, but that's just the way work is. Sometimes you just got to get through it, no matter what gets to you, right? And that's what I always stick with every day. No matter what goes on at work, I try to work and come home and do it all over again the next day. It's just literally the same thing, right? So it's nothing different. It's just the same process, same thing. So anyway, that's part of the reason why I didn't upload. I'm not really making any excuses for it either. I'm not really trying to, because it's not an excuse. And you can see I have my work uniform right there, so it's not an excuse. I work, so I gotta make a living for myself, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that, just because I work, I never have the time to record. I mean, that's obviously not what I'm trying to get at, right? I do, but it's just on my days off, and when I do work, sometimes I just don't want to do anything. And that's just the way that my mindset works. Sometimes when I work so much, when I work weekdays or whatever, I just don't feel like doing anything. And that's just the way, my mind is performed in some type of way. So, then again, I'm not making any excuses for it or just throwing it in y'all's faces just because. I'm just saying it because it's actually true, and also just because, it would have been so different if I never came on here and told you guys what happened. I really felt like then, that would have been a real reason to be mad at me, right? But like I said, I got nothing to lie about, I have nothing to lie about at all. Now, as far as the future goes, I don't know if I will be coming back on here. This is probably the last video you'll see from me, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how things are going to go, at least for right now. With everything, like I said, with everything of my work and everything, I don't know how that's going to go or how that's going to go down the road, you know what I mean? So, we'll just kind of have to see how things are panning out. But as of right now, like I said, I work now is what it's supposed to be, like 8-hour shifts. But right now, it sort of feels like they're only throwing me in there for like 4 or 6 hours at the most. But I did work a full shift Saturday. Went in there at 2 o'clock, got off at 10, so I worked a full shift, and it's not that bad. So, then again, it's really good. Got to meet a few people, and I enjoy working with people. Absolutely. And I'm learning pretty quick at certain things at McDonald's, and I know that's probably like one of the stressful places to work, and I can tell because other people have done it, right? I'm not just gonna sit there and say, oh, well, this is the easiest job anybody can get. I mean, it is. But then again, it's one of the worst stressful jobs anybody can have. It's literally one of the worst. So because you're not really doing anything but repetitive work almost nearly 100% of the time. And that's kind of why it is like that, But at the same time, it's fun. It's not all stressful and bad. I mean, you got customers there, you got coworkers there to just goof off around when there's no customers coming through, anything like that. So I've been trained a few things here and there, but could have felt like I could have been trained more than what I was, you know what I'm saying? So feel like that could have been giving me more practice than usual. So I feel like I would have been very, very quick with other things than what I was doing. But I'm a crew team member, so obviously they might just have me in the same areas. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I guess we'll see in the near future or whatever. So, and it kind of gives me a good opportunity to move up within their business as well. So, well, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how things pan out. Like I said, it's been a long, rocky road, but there might be a potential time in the future when I do come back and record eventually. So, guess we'll have to see where that goes. And if I do come back, I'm probably going to have a consistent schedule either way, because if I don't, then obviously it's not going to make any sense. So, I guess we'll just have to see. But like I said, I've just been working, and I've been extremely exhausted, 100%. So, anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. I don't really have a lot to say based upon work. I might talk about that in the next video or something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But for now, I'm probably just going to wind down and do a whole bunch of stuff. But I know I've said before that I wasn't going to not upload for months. But honestly, man, it's just life has been getting me in the winds of it. And it's just like, I don't know if I can hold on to that any longer, of making YouTube my career, essentially. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that a career due to what I'm already doing. So, I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's going to be about it for me. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and hopefully maybe in the near future, based upon everything I might come back and just give you guys an update on how that's going. But anyway, thank you for watching. It's your boy, Bounce the King. Peace out.